Hello and welcome to EV Focus Now. In today's show, we're going to talk about 5 EV issues the new administration will affect in 2021 and going forward. Thank you for watching, by the way. I appreciate all the views I get, which aren't many, but hey, I'm up to 19 subscribers, trying to get to 25, hopefully by the end of March. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. But for those who are watching, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And let's get right into our topic. So, as the new administration takes over, they are very aggressive on some changes to the EV world that will affect electric vehicle enthusiasts like myself or owners like yours, maybe you, or you're going to be an owner in the future. Let's go over to the 5 things that I wanted to point out that I think we're going to see major changes on and how they will affect the growing EV community. So first, as you may have heard in the news or not, all the OEMs are signaling they are on board with electrification of some kind. So Ford, GM obviously just announced that they're going to be, basically have all their vehicles electric by, I think, 14 years from now, 2030, I believe. I'm not exactly sure on the date, but they've already committed that. Nissan just made a commitment in 2040. So basically, everyone except Toyota and Honda has fully gone on board as far as the big OEMs to go full electric. Toyota still is going to look into their, other technology, their hybrid technology. They're really pushing really strong, and of course, Honda also is looking into that as well, staying into that realm. And you might even see fuel cells. That's something they've been very strong on. They want to develop that technology as well. So, in fuel cells, there's a place for that. That is somewhat an electric vehicle, just a different way to produce electricity. So that counts somewhat, but I don't know how popular that will be going forward. But we'll see. They're continuing to work on that research. So that's the first thing. The second thing is there is going to be a dedicated and devoted attention paid to developing EV highways and city infrastructure. So the new administration has said basically they're going to look to make EV corridors on every route. And you can suspect that's going to be pretty much 100 to 150 kilowatt supercharging stations going throughout the highways and freeways of America. So you can see increased infrastructure in that development, grants to states and cities to help develop those highways as well. And that's going to be great because now it's going to make it even easier for people to travel, long distance. Now, let's say you don't have a huge battery in your EV and maybe you only get 150 miles, 180 miles per charge, depending on what kind of EV you have. You still now can make long distance trips, more stops, but you can do it because the charging infrastructure is going to be much better and robust. So that's another great thing that's going to be happening out there. And of course, for those people who are driving the Teslas or the Audis or even the Hyundais and the Kias out there that gets 200 plus miles of electric range, it's going to provide more confidence for them as well when they're traveling. Third thing is improving and restoring EV incentives and rebates. And this is a big issue with me. I think you might see, and I'm sure GM and Tesla are probably lobbying this already, to reinstate that for EV manufacturers who, like themselves, who have sold over 200,000 vehicles. They're tapped out right now, and they're probably saying, why should we be punished? Because we were the first ones out there trying to get the EVs out to the public. So they may win that battle. I hope they do, because they should be punished because they were the first ones out there. And so I think we're going to see that fight take place, and the incentives continue on, which I'm hoping will be more of an instant rebate or cash on the hood. As I indicated in some of my older videos, that the rebate is fine, but it's based on if you you have $7,500 of taxable income. And some people don't. Some people do. Most people do, but some people don't. So, and the thing is, to me, that's great. I've had a couple of electric vehicles, and I've used that tax incentive, and that's fantastic. But I bought my cars in October, November, so I only had to wait a month or two to get that money back. But if you bought it in May or June, you got to wait 8 months, 10 months in some cases, and people need the money now. So I've always kind of push for, we need an instant rebate where you go in, the electric vehicle, you get that $7,500 off the price of the car right there. Not only does that make the car more affordable, but then you're financing less and it's costing less money to own the car. So that has to be changed immediately, and I hope they take that up. Number 4, the new administration said that all government vehicles will be electrified. And I don't know how soon they're going to do that, but that's huge. You're talking about, vehicles like Jeeps, military vehicles, like commercial military vehicles, not tanks, of course. Government vehicles for the FBI, the dry around sedans, things of that nature, SUVs. Talking about the mail system. The mail system alone, I mean, that is, wow, that's going to save them a lot of money too. The fact that, you can find a developer, and I don't know if Rivian or it's going to be GM or who's going to possibly pick that up, but whoever is going to develop vehicles for the postal system, that's going to be fantastic for them, to be able to charge overnight and then go on their mail routes. They probably only need, heck, 60 kilowatt battery, maybe 50 kilowatt battery to do their rounds. It's very efficient. And that is, you're talking about 650,000 government vehicles we're talking about here. That's really going to pick up. And a lot of the OEMs are going to want to get that contract to make those vehicles or provide vehicles of those such to the FBI, to law enforcement, to the government, to, officials, State Department, all those things. So that's really going to pick up quite a bit. We're going to see that. And number 5, we're going to see increased effort for retail and businesses to install EV charging stations on their property. I think we're going to see, in some states it's already happening, where Starbucks will have EV charging, McDonald's, things like that, and malls. But I think it's going to go further than that. We're going to see, the Sam's Clubs, the Costco's, where you're going to be there for 30 to 40 minutes, where, hey, charging your vehicle is really essential there, because you can take time, charge it, to get out, you got, your full battery, or either half battery back into your battery pack of your car. And I think we're going to see more and more of those charging stations at hotels, like I said, retail, fast food places, as now everything is picking up and gaining momentum in the electrification of vehicles in 2021 and going behind. But tell me what you think, though. Do you think this is going to happen? Do you think this is something that is going to be beneficial to all, like I do? I think it's going to be a great way to get people more involved in EVs and get EVs out there in the public. I'd love to hear your comments, and anything I may have missed, please put down in the comments section below. Also, my link for Tesla free charging miles is listed below here, and also my new Aptera referral link as well. Yes, I am on the put down the deposit for Aptera. I am very interested in that vehicle. Only $100 down to reserve a piece of the EV future, in my opinion, with Aptera. So you can use my referral code right here as well for that. So make sure you do that. Go to Aptera website, put down $100, use my referral code, and even if you don't plan to go through with it, at least you have $100 down in case you do when it comes out, and you're able to see them riding around, and you'll have your reservation set up there. So don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification button to stay on top of all my new videos. And please stay tuned to my next video. And when it comes to EVs, continue to stay focused. Thank you. Bye-bye.